Welcome back to the channel. One of the inevitable outcomes of Wall-to-Wall Wednesday is that there's a possibility I get a bunch of it wrong. Now, this is out of the request, comments, whatever as well, but it's not related to the MF Doom. I think they were two different places. So, what I remember, I think, was thinking the strange and strange, so I went with that. Now, this is what I could find. So I hope it's the right one, and we're going to go from there. And, yeah, we'll go with that.
The show shock reeks of smoke and gold bond. Home watching Ghost Dog on the phone with your mom. Ursus ran from authority.
Shit. If I could quote Ghost Dog better, I would. I'm pretty sure my honey smells like biofreeze. Uh-oh. 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 This one's hitting too close to home. Ghost Dog is, I don't know if it was a true quote. I think that's Jim Jarmusch. When I was all into making film, I thought, gosh, it was like kept quoting The Art of War, and I always remembered or butchered the dashing from Eve to Eve quote, basically as a reference to this idea that, you know, you're going to get wet either way. Why give up your shit by running is how I took it. But oh man, that was a triggering bar. I didn't know it was going to hit me right. I mean, just kick me in the member berries. And before I get back into it, I just have this weird feeling, and I'm not an expert, just not even well read, but it seems like that is some sort of, it's a particle and a beam all at once. That whole, I can't remember if it's a physics experiment with the slots. One of those moments where we started unlocking the mysteries of the universe. I'd totally be wrong. It could just be some avant-garde shit that I don't even understand. But that's what I get a feeling of that. I don't mean shit is bad shit. I'm just joking. So sick.
The show shock reeks of smoke and gold bond. Home watching Ghost Dog on the phone with your mom. Ursus ran from authority and churches. Pants low, Van Gogh climbs at his cursive. Up in the night's middle, penny on the tone arm, drones up, old guard slice utensil nice, bump cenobites, loiter in the shipyard, eat alone, read a poem from the grimoire, ace, rocket short but James Bond, my booking agent calls me Michigan J. Frog, I'm slow to come around, I'm quicker to plead the fifth, I'm kind of a big deal, I'm kind of a piece of shit, burnt black T-bone,
wow.
Played up, grimace.
Wow. Just one of those, I think, throughout his bars, that whole I'm all these things at once. Weird, huh? Wait, I'm not just the golden calf you've created. I'm complicated and nuanced. There's just layers upon layers.
Bump cenobites, loiter in the shipyard, Eat alone, read a poem from the grimoire. Ace, rocket short for James Bond. My booking agent calls me Michigan J. Frog. I'm slow to come around, I'm quicker to plead the fifth. I'm kind of a big deal, I'm kind of a piece of shit. Burnt black T-bone taking the whole plate up. Grimace hitting switches like the ghost of Amadeus. The 808 mania comes with a free puppy. Bass screaming it's a free country. The snare smokes cools. Whiplash lovers sit pretty. Only dip one slipper in the world of the living, it's an issue. On his best days he was barely there. On his worst, the crooked apothecary. I feel that pure evil move among us in the grid. It's not always the kind that lose their lunches when they spin. This is not just paranoia, this is something to eclipse. These are hunters from Gehenna taking suckers to the crypt. Strange hours, maybe a weird neighbor. Runs on hugs and seasonal syrup flavors. And a tweed deer stalker asleep in the nearest manger. I wake up in a clear and present danger days later. Habit of disappearing in a flash. I sort of find a rabbit hole endearing. You do your little damage and giddy up out of Kansas to reappear in random famous paintings through the annals. And Da Vinci gave a muscle, drunken Benny took his ear. Mondrian and Rothko made him feel like a square. I'm the fabric of the image, I'm the canvas, I'm the pigment, I'm the buyer and the seller and the handler and the critic. Reporting from the origin.
Damn, he's the whole what is it, Gestalt? The in art, the everything, the all. But I actually don't think that's handlers and promoters and this and that. Wow, I'm not. Weirdly enough, I don't think I've heard it, but then I feel like I've heard this. But I don't know. I'm just thinking I'm now such a appreciator, no more, no less. But so much of an appreciator now that there's familiarity in all of it. And I don't mean that like brush it off, it don't make it good. I don't mean it that way. I mean, if I'm listening to a certain band, there's a certain expectation. Now, you shouldn't. Otherwise, you get bands that just, take your expectations and throw them out the window. So you have hopes. Or you have underlining themes that tie it all together. Maybe that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. I don't know. I got lost in what was. I just wanted to know what I was getting a puppy with.
Strange hours, maybe a weird neighbor. Runs on hugs and seasonal syrup flavors. And a tweed deer stalker asleep in the nearest manger. I wake up in a clear and present danger days later. Habit of disappearing in a flash. I sort of find a rabbit hole endearing. You do your little damage and giddy up out of Kansas to reappear in random famous paintings through the annals. And Da Vinci gave a muscle, drunken Benny took his ear. Mondrian and Rothko made him feel like a square.
And then honestly, I felt like that is actually, I'm not art history enough. My introduction to art history pales in comparison to the actual progression of art history within these bars right here, I think, but I'm not sure, because it sure seems like we hop from to what was it, Van Gogh.
Disappearing in a flash. I sort of find a rabbit hole endearing. You do your little damage and giddy up out of Kansas to reappear in random famous paintings through the annals. And Da Vinci gave a muscle.
Yeah, so Da Vinci to
drunken Benny took his ear.
To maybe Van Gogh, but I don't know. I think this, and then maybe
Adriana Rothko made him feel like a square.
I don't know the other two names, but then I feel like when we got to that square reference, we're up to Cubism, right? And I don't know, but because I think there's art history in the artist's background, pretty sure. But you know what I mean. I'm not trying to. I'm no biographer. That would make sense.
Gave a muscle, drunken Benny took his ear. Mondrian and Rothko made him feel like a square. I'm the fabric of the image, I'm the canvas, I'm the...
And then the double down is, I'm just thinking all painters because the canvas, paint, pigment, gestalt. The all-encompassing whole, everything.
Pigment, I'm the buyer and the seller and the handler and the critic.
See, that's what a first-year education will get you. A fucking couple words to throw around haphazardly. Now, I hope I do better than this admission here. But sometimes, right? I mean, my takeaway is so simple on it. I know I don't understand it correctly. At the time, I understood it much better, but so much of that just concert memories and music lyrics take, higher education and just throw it out your brain. So I'm going to remember this.
To reappear in random famous paintings through the annals. And Da Vinci gave a muscle, drunken Vinny took his ear. Mondrian and Rothko made him feel like a square. I'm the fabric of the image, I'm the canvas, I'm the pigment, I'm the buyer and the seller and the handler and the critic. Reporting from the origin of sorcery and sin, where a penny costs a nickel and a quarter is a myth. There's an ever-growing chorus of the common feeling cornered, impossibly abandoned, unequivocally orphaned in the living room, recording the voice of the unimportant. A fuck you from New Yorkers, maybe send this up to corporate. Take a second. 8 a 1 man, 4 horsemen, stampedes at a couple doors to the floor plan. Lunch with the wildlings. Level up, no tithing. Grifters, divvy out a thumbs down therapy. Last seen speeding on a highway to... Where are we?
Hell, I don't know. Huh. Definitely like that. If we had Wall-to-Wall Wednesday, we'll have to take a draw at whatever said and done is said and done. It was still a lot of fun. Strange hours spent making reactions on the channel, and I not quality over quantity. No. But I mean, I went long on some stuff today, so to balance that all out, let's first find out if this was the right one. I very much enjoyed everything I heard, as always. And 3.5 minutes over 12 ain't bad. Now, man, the way there's those lines, I'm not sure. I'm very curious. Always. Me and the cat. It's probably why I don't get too mad at him for everything he does. I'm like, I want to knock shit off the shelves too. I'm just not. I can't give myself the authority for that. And somehow the cat has a higher authority than me, which makes for a lot of strange hours. Later.